Right, I think I've got it working now. Can you all hear me now? Right, I think I've got that working. Right. This is ridiculous. Hello everybody. This is just not working out at all. Hello, how are we all doing? I'm not giving up on this, so I don't know who is here. My laptop is literally about to die. Oh my god, come on. All I want to do is look at the chat. Right. This is what I want. I think we're live. I think we're going. Let me know. Right, can you hear me now? Okay, so we're just going to crack on anyway. So, last week we put the fabric around the crown, and then I'd already pre-gone and did the tip anyway, so that was not an issue. This week we're going to add the lining. Well, sorry, in order. We're going to add them to each other. We're going to add the lining. Then we're going to decorate with, I'm not too sure how much this is going to work. Excuse me. These sequins and flowers and maybe even some Swarovski crystals. So, let me just move this out of the way. Move. Just cut myself some thread. And I kind of like this needle. I don't know why. It's a really thin needle. It's a little bit bent because it's so thin, but it's very sharp. I think I got this from don't know where I got this needle from, but it works really well. Right. There's nothing worse than watching someone try to thread a sewing needle. Is that even it? Ugh. Hello. Do you know? How are we all doing anyway? Who have we got in? Is anybody watching? Oh, come on. How long does it take to thread a needle? Seriously. Like, this entire stream is going to be like an hour of watching John trying to thread this bloody sewing needle. Well, while I'm trying to thread this needle, how about you, whoever's watching, tell me how has your day been? If today's the morning, how is your day going? Or how was yesterday? What have you been up to since I last streamed? Right. Bear with me. We're going to use this. It'll just make it so much easier. Oh, please tell me this goes through. Of course it doesn't. Oh, man. I need to find a different sewing needle, but I really like this. You see, you all think like making videos, it's not easy. It really isn't. Right. Let me just try and concentrate on not talking. Right, I'm just going to use a different sewing needle. I need a thin one. Thin, sharp needle. That's thin. Okay. This might be a bit easier to thread. There we go. Straight away. Of course. Right. Let me just knock that off. There we go. These are wonderful embroidery scissors, by the way. I got these from Petershams, so if you want some nice oil slick ones, check them out. Have I got... one more knot, and then we're done. So, taking the lid, the tip, what we want to do is, so we need to find the bottom. So this is the bottom, so we need to attach it to this section here. So put the bottom down, and you want to push the tip into it. And if you look here, you'll see that the edge fabric is sticking out. Can you see that? Like here. So what I do is, not with those, with like a thicker needle, is I push that fabric back down all the way around. Just making sure I don't pop out the base. So I'm just gonna do one side. So I'm gonna start sewing this into place just so it doesn't pop out. And my neighbour's gonna be like, what is he talking about down there? So, just like before. So that's the inside, so you'll be able to see. So I'm starting here, and I'm just working all the way around to the other. So this is the centre back. I'm working to the centre front, and then I'm going to work on just tucking away this fabric here, and then just carry on sewing that around. So who do we have in the chat today? Make yourselves be known. Do I have my northerners in? Let me just... I'm just going to put that here so you can actually see what I'm doing. Well, that's a good angle. Not necessarily good for the jawline though. Basically what I'm doing is where it comes out, I'm sewing that back in that same spot. I'm not pulling too tight, because what you want to do is you just want to have it just secure. Now somebody just subscribed. Hi to whoever that was, Bernie. Hi. And if you're not watching, if you are watching, say hi. Welcome to the family. You can hear now. Perfect. Well done. Yes, I think, I just think I forgot to turn the audio on. Standard. See, this is a problem when creatives do something slightly technology. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. So what I was actually saying earlier on was I'm going to be using these like paillette type things and these Swarovski crystals. I know they're green, but I think they'll pick up the colour really well of the green in here. How are we all doing? Are we all keeping safe? Oh, I have a message. Bear with me. Hi. Hi to my favourite girls. How are you doing? Let me... If you can... Oh dear, that's not good. So, yeah, I think the whole depression thing. In fact, I'm not too sure what's gone on, but there was he said something just about. It's okay, everybody. Don't worry about being late. Or I was like everything was everything was just a bit crazy. So sister. Sister TX, where are you from? So it's the middle of the night. So whereabouts are you? It's just saying something about links. So just be aware. Sometimes if you put like dot something without a space, sometimes it kind of goes a little bit crazy. So it's not you. It's just the system. It's just the system. But one thing I wanted to talk about everybody, because watching me sew is a little bit boring. I just wanted to talk to everybody today about mental health and Texas. Well, welcome. I mean, one thing I wanted to talk to people watching is about mental health, because this whole lockdown, quarantine, whatever you may be asked to do, is really affecting people in a big way. I'm not here to brag. I'm in a very lucky position where I can stay at home and do what I do. So I am not affected as by this as much as some people may be, and I acknowledge the fact that I'm not. So, and obviously, without giving too much away, I do have family members who are ill, not necessarily with COVID, but have underlying health problems, which means they are more susceptible. And seeing them struggle with having to isolate themselves is hard. It's hard. It's there's only so much that somebody can do virtually or on the phone. The person in question I was speaking to they said to me, like, all I want is just a hug. I just want somebody to put their arms around me and tell me that it's all going to be okay. And that's hard because we can't. And the person in question is doing the right thing by staying at home, not seeing anybody. But it's still hard to see that person going through loneliness and isolation alone. So one thing I wanted to talk about was self-care and ensuring that you do have somebody to talk to. First of all, if you are in a position where you do have family and maybe you're feeling a certain way and it doesn't feel good, then talk to them. I know talking is hard. You know, not everybody is a talker, but we do need to let others know how we're feeling, because, you know, none of us are mind readers. If you don't have family, reach out to your friends. Reach out to me if need be. You know, if you're struggling with anything, I'll gladly talk to you. Yeah. I think when I see the family member in question, I will be giving them a big hug straight away, because not only do they deserve it generally, but that they've put up with so much. They've put up with so much. Right. Okay, so before I carry on, so I've gone through and I've sewn this section here, but if you look, there's some fabric hanging out. So when we push this through to the top, it's pushing up the fabric. So at this point, I'm gonna put it in, push it up, and then, now I found my scissors, I'm just gonna push that down, like this. So I'm just gonna push it in to hide that fabric underneath. Just like that. I think. There we go. There we go. I mean, it's going to stick somehow, but we can always cut this tiny. In fact, I can do that now. I've got the scissors. It's just. There we go. Yep. Now we're just gonna go around and finish the rest of this. This won't take long at all. Ow. So getting back to what can we do? Yeah. Baking, that's a good one, because people love cakes. If anybody wants to see me trying to, actually they turned out pretty alright, actually, to be fair. I did a live stream a few weeks ago where I made some cupcakes, some Tiger King cupcakes, which were very tasty, very tasty. One thing I was thinking of doing was, and as I've got a few of you in, it'll be good to see if you'd actually be interested, because let me just, so as you can see, I clearly need a haircut. So, I'll answer your question in a second. Just before I forget what I was saying. One thing I was thinking of doing was actually, hello, please talk, there we go, is dyeing my hair. I was thinking of dyeing my hair. So I'm currently that colour, so I'd go this colour, and that looks a little orange. I kind of want to go this colour, and then add like a bluey, because I'm cool toned. Like, I know I look a bit red, but technically I'm cool toned, and I think I would. There we go. Hello. I think I would prefer It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about using like. Don't worry about the period button. So yeah, I'm thinking about dyeing my hair. We'll see. Regarding what size pillbox to make, so I do mine a standard 22.5 inch. My sister just messaged me. Hello. What did she say? Don't dye your hair, it would be hilarious, but you know it would be bad. Yes, you know it would be bad. So pillbox, yes. So this is a standard 22.5 inch, and hopefully this doesn't knock. So I used this block from, this is a Guy Moss Brown block. Obviously it looks a little bit larger because there's fabric, but I use this one. I've had this years. Let me just put that back. I've had that years, so it's a little bit old and a little bit worse for wear. Cuddles with your cat. Yeah, I know. I miss my cat. I haven't seen my cat in years, but my ex has my cat. But that's another story. I might do a story time one time. Might do a story time and be like, this is my life. This is what actually. Trust me. Be like a. What's that novelist called? Like, you know them. It's like not Angela's Ashes. Is it Angela's Ashes? The one with the children. Yeah. It's it makes you cry. It makes me cry sometimes in those anyway. That's what therapy is for. We do love a good bit of therapy. Oh, come on, why is this taking longer than it should do? Yeah, if you are thinking of making a pillbox, one thing you could do is use millinery wire and put it around the head, and that will give you an approximate size of what it should be. Now, once I've just finished sewing this down, I'm actually going to what stitch am I using? I'm literally just using an in and out stitch, just in, out, in, out. You can see the stitches though on this. So the fabric isn't suitable for stitching like I am doing. A thicker style fabric would be fine, but I'm literally just going in and out, in and out, in and out, just a regular. Is it just like just a regular stitch? Chain stitch? Is it chain stitch? Yeah, so spend time with your cats, spend time with your animals, spend time with loved ones. So who we've got? We've got Cam Monkey from the UK. We've got Sister TX. Is it? Sisler, sorry, I do apologise. From the US. There is my sister, which she's not on chat, but she's watching. Who else? Oh, I don't know who else is watching as well. So that's, yeah. So there's 4 of you. Oh, it is kind of right. So my sister has messaged me separately. and my two little, they're so beautiful, nieces think I'm making a mermaid hat, which it kind of, this is what I was, the sort of aesthetic I was thinking was mermaid fantasy. So, right, so I've actually finished sewing this, to be fair. I'm just sewing it down on the outside as well. So, Sophie and Georgina, I know you're watching, so I hope you're behaving. And if you're not behaving, I'll know. And the fairies won't come to the garden. I'm watching you too. Right. Let's see if I can actually thread this again. Because that was a disaster last time. Well, here lockdown seems to be improving. So tomorrow, I believe, we can now go to restaurants, not restaurants, but cafes and restaurants, if there's 10 people or less. So hopefully things will start improving. Hopefully. Right, so before we actually now, so that's the inside. And before we actually attach our liner, so the liner's going to look like this once it's finished. Kind of that looking. I'm going to start attaching some of these to the let's see so you can see. Oh, bless them, my little nieces. Yeah, I'm watching you two, so behave yourself. So these specific ones I actually made myself, and I'm not going to show you guys how to make them in this live stream because I do have a class on 3D bead embroidery and which is currently going at the end of this month. So if you want to learn that, the class is on my website, so make sure you go to www.jwhmillinery.com/classes, and there are 4 different classes, so something for everyone. And I know what you're all thinking, like, well, what are you going to do about the hole in the middle? Well, that is what these Swarovski crystals are for. So I'm just going to add these on randomly around. Ooh, that hurt. That actually did hurt. It's not going to bleed though. Oh my god. Which way does that go? That way. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully things will start improving for everybody, not just Australia. Well, that just popped off. That was not fun. Oh my god, we have 6 people in today. That's probably the highest we've had in a while. Yeah, it. You get to a certain point though where it doesn't hurt anymore. I don't even know if this is gonna look any good, but it looked. When I was putting it all together, it looked like it would work. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it. I really don't know if I'm feeling it, but we'll see. Right, so, yeah. Yeah, so getting back to mental health. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to ask for help. And yeah, it's I think that when I'm just gonna put you up here. Yeah, your skin will get thicker. There we go. I can see one now. I can sew while I'm talking. I think sometimes it's easy to you know, I mean, sometimes things will get easier, and I know it's sometimes hard, and I you know, and this little gay boy from the UK, that's, do you know what I mean? I get what that I can think it's going to be easier, but as a yeah, I think that sometimes we are all put through pain, and usually there's somebody to help us out with that pain. And at the moment, everybody's in that pain, so nobody is there to help. It's bizarre. It's a weird. It's weird, but you know, we will get through this, and we will come out the other side a stronger people. We will come out the other side with a sense of purpose. We will come out the other side with maybe new skills. One thing we will, not everybody, but one thing that some people will come out this side with another baby, because especially people that are not necessarily working at the moment, they've been furloughed, or they can't go into work. It's going to be a lot of babies in December. Well, is it going to be December, January, March? February? March? What month are we in? We're in the 5th. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, February. January, February. It's going to be a lot of babies. A lot of babies. Oh, what have I done? There we go. As my sister said. Just trying to get these sequins sewn down. So tell me, what do we think? Is it looking a little crafty? I think I might have to do something different. There's going to be a lot of babies. Like, They say like the baby boomer generation. This is going to be like the COVID generation. What do we think? I'm not sure about this. It's looking a little space agey. I don't know, it's not even looking space agey. It's just looking something. Do I, should I take these off? What do we think? Yes, Streamlabs. Well, the thing is, Streamlabs is for streaming, clearly, but it's kind of it's. I think it's made for gamers. Really, like people that play computer games, which I've toyed with the idea of doing some sort of gaming as well. So if you would want to watch me play computer games, let me know, because I am a gamer. But yeah, so this is made for gaming, and it's made for places for people who have got like hundreds. Yeah, take the round ones off. What about the these ones? Should I take all of them off? Because it is looking a little tacky. It's looking a little tragic. Yeah, I'm just gonna take them all off. So my sister just messaged me, and I cannot repeat what she's just said. Yeah, so game. Sam, you are naughty. Gaming. Yeah, this is mainly made for gaming, and obviously gamers have a lot of people. My viewers generally are mainly ladies, and that know how to converse and that can have a conversation and not like, I hate you, you troll, you die, like you get a lot on the internet. I don't have that in my comments, in my streams. Don't have nothing like that. Whereas like, so Streamlabs, they have things in place so people can't spam, so they can't post links, they can't like, like send messages, like, if let me see if this works. I'm just gonna test. See if you can see in chat, I can do that. Like because maybe this is my stream, but nobody else could because it'd be spamming. It's classed as spamming. So who knows? So I'm gonna take these off. Everybody seems to say yes, so we're gonna take them off. Why am I getting so many messages? Right, let's take them off. They looked a little bit bent for some strange reason. Oh. Right. Let's take you off. There we go. Any more? All off. So what am I going to put on instead? Let me think. What have I got in my stash that would work well with this? don't know if it'll work.
Let's give it a go.
As you can see, I look after my fabric. What about this? So, we have... What do we think? Is that too much? What do we think? This is hard to sew as well, so maybe not. What else have we got? I could just keep it the way it is. Yeah. Yeah, there's you can definitely see the stitch marks. Not sure. What have I got in my drawers of doom? I have this. I don't know if that's going to work. What else we have? Ooh. What about this? What we've got. There's a few messages sort of matching. What's this one? Why? Knitting if you have it. I love it as it is. Yeah. See, I'm the sort of... I agree with what you're saying. Maybe a knitting as that is a good idea. In fact, I have... Where is it? Which drawer do you live in? Just I know you're here somewhere. But I don't know which drawer you live in. And it's not in a drawer because it's in my box. Hello! This is what happens. Yeah. Yes. We have some tulle. Yes, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what is going on. I think sometimes if you hit the period, the button, it thinks it's a link. That's fine. I mean, I know that she's not spamming, so. Right. You see, I've just seen something that you posted, so I keep hitting the period and can't see, it's getting old. And being exhausted sucks. I mean, once again, as a young person, I apologise. Oh, no, I trust. Listen, So I've pinned it down to the back so we can. So we're thinking. What are we thinking? On the top. This is more ivory though. We're thinking. Let's. I'm just gonna pin that there. Right. Let's see. Actually, no, we'll pin it at the back because. Ooh, that is a good choice. It's. Not all of it, clearly, but. Oh, I mean, I am starting to put all of it on. Is it? That's too much. Maybe a swoop like that, and that can go like that. What do we think? Ignore this bit here, and obviously that would be pinned up. I actually like that. Let me chop this off. Right, so put you to one side. What do we think? And the thing is, what this then will do is it will hide, you won't be able to see them stitches. That's clever. Well done. Thank you very much for that. Because that's. Maybe make a rose flower size. Ooh. Let's have a look. So this is how I make roses or a flower. I'm not going to say a rose. Yeah, it's so much better than the round things. So I wrap. Say if I'm making something that like a flimsier fabric, like this. So I wrap it around with my fingers, and then I just loosely wrap it round, and you're probably thinking, well, where does the... I'll just straighten it out. Right, which I know doesn't look like much now. Bring that up through there. And that is a quick and easy tool. See, this is like, because if you look here, it's actually like, I think it's like 10, it's like a 25 centimetre width. I do actually have this tool as well, but this is like a bridal tool, so this is a lot fluffier, a lot softer. But I'm waiting to use this. I think in the summer I'm going to be doing I'm going to attempt to make a bridal tool, like a veil. So, but But yeah, that's. So I just think I think it's just a bit too big for this hat. So I'm definitely going to use this in something. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew this down, and then we'll put the lining in. Right, so it's a quick and easy flower, and the thing is, this is the thing about millinery, right? Yes, you could make the nicest, most wonderful, handcrafted silk flower, and I know I know people that do, and they do them really well, but you can get not the same effect, not even a similar effect, but you can make a flower very easily, very quickly, and that's I don't have the patience. I just don't have the patience to be sat there sculpting a flower. I just don't. I'll take you out. Where did that needle come in? So that is the back. So did anybody watch my video on Friday on YouTube? Where's that needle gone? Like last Friday, sorry, yeah. Oh no. The clasp. Oh, poor girl. Poor girl. Yeah, I think. Yeah, the flower making takes way too long for my liking. And the thing is, it's not really my aesthetic neither. Like, people come to me for like weird and wonderful, not necessarily. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, they. Oh, what was I trying to say? Sorry, I was reading the messages. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. I think. What about the front? So this is the back. What are we thinking of the front? Are we? Yeah, I might leave the top like that, and then the rest of it with a. Right, so I'm just going to put a stitch at the front to hold that into place, and then we're going to pop the lining in, and then this is done. Friday, yes, don't worry, because I've just had to redo. So last Friday's video, I had a disaster of a video, a disaster of a hat, and it looked so overworked. Oh my god, it was horrible. So I actually turned it into a horror video. So if you haven't seen it, excuse me, I do apologise. It's half an hour long. The beginning is, if I do not win an Oscar for that opening, then I don't know what the life is, because I acted my little butt cheeks off. I'm not an actor, you know. But my video tomorrow, so that's going up. It's going up at 8 o'clock my time, so 10 o'clock. No, 10, 11 o'clock UK, and maybe 7 o'clock Central, so I think that's what time it's going up. I redid my horror hat into something else. In fact, because you're all super fans, oh hello, this is the hat for tomorrow's video, and it sits like this on the head. I haven't attached it to anything yet, so it's not a headband or elastic or anything like that. So that is the hat for tomorrow's video, so that's a little sneak preview. So all I'm doing is I'm putting a stitch just at the front, just to hold that into place. Oh, there we go. And then, ta-da! So now we need to add the lining. Looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, thank you. It looks, it's a good hat. It's a good hat. So, this is my lining. So this is not lining I made myself. It was just a rectangular piece, and then I just sewed up along one edge, so you'll be able to see that. And then I just gathered it along the edge, and then just pulled it together and just tied it off, knotted it off, so on the inside you can see like that. And it fits on the thing perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold over this veiling again, like that, and then so using the centre, I'm just going to put that. Yeah, this hat's looking really nice now. So I'm just going to move this camera again, just so then we can see a little bit what's going on. Right, so I like my linings to not be flat against this. So what I tend to do is find my centre back. In fact, I've pulled it a little too hard on this, so the side seams are a little bit dodge. Right, that's the centre back. So I find the centre back like this, and I just pin that. Just fold it over a little bit so you've got like an edge. I'm just going to pin that into place. Like that. And then all I do is I just gather it, turn it over ever so slightly. That's the centre front there. I'm just making sure I line that up. And then just, I only do 4, so I do like north, east, south and west. The reason why I do that is just in case my pinning is a little bit off, so that means I've got a bit of ease as I go around. Are you going, calm monkey? Is that a see you later? Right. Because then, as you go around, we can just stitch it. And I'm just going to do that. Usually I have a double thread, but actually for this one, I'm just going to do a single thread. Yeah, this art is actually turning into something quite nice. It's not necessarily my first choice, what I would usually make, but it's actually turning into something I actually really like. The issue is next week, what am I going to do next week? I need to think of an idea for next week. So if you've got any ideas, let me know, because I need to think about what to do for a live stream next week. Right, so which is my centre back? This is my centre back here. So I do my linings very different to how traditionally you would do your linings. But then I'm not a traditional person. And obviously when you do your lining as well, usually you would put a peach lining in, a ribbon in here as well. Clem Hands looks really good now. Oh, it's a clapping hand. Oh, right, because on mine it's just got like 2 hands like this. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, you would usually need to put like a Peterson ribbon in, but I don't have anything to put in as yet. So when it turns up, I will put it in. So if you can see what I'm doing, I don't know if you can actually see there. All I'm doing is threading it, and I'm just catching just so it pulls the fabric just to the edge. Something like 9 to 40 is like, yes, yeah. I've always wondered like how to, because you can't really reinvent the shape. Like hats are hats. Like a fedora will always be a fedora. You know, a Breton will always be a Breton. Like there's no way that you can't reinvent the shape, but you can make it with your flair. So that's probably the best. There we go. That's probably the best way. And I'm a little bit crazy, so, you know. Right. We are getting somewhere. We are. Do you know, I will say though, I am starting to get a little hungry. I think tonight we're having, well, I know we're having tonight, we are having chicken schnitzel because I'm cooking. And if you look here, so I'm just trying to show you, you can see where it's joining, but you can't necessarily see the stitches. I know I should be using a purple thread, but I've got the light on the outside, so I'm using a grey thread because grey will sit nice with the iridescent. And I'm also trying to talk a lot more. Oh, making cooked breakfast. Oh, cooked breakfast. Yes, please. Oh, that sounds tasty. Oh, cooked breakfast. What sort of sausages though? That's the question. What sausages are you having? Please don't tell me the beef. Beef sausages are evil. It's like the devil. No. Give me a nice pork sausage. Or has anybody ever had chicken sausages? They're nasty. Yeah, because when I've done my live stream, I always ask like my other half, I'm like, oh, you know, how do you think it went? You know, is there any feedback? What do you think I should do next time? He was like, well, you need to talk more, John. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I'm trying to learn how to sew and talk at the same time. And the thing is, because I know I'm talking to you, like, men's suits and make them into women's suits and hats. Yeah, that was 1940s suits. Like, they were quite big, weren't they, for men? Or am I thinking in the 20s? There was an era where men's suits were like big. Like, was that pre-war? I can't just can't cook. Yes. The world only knows fish and chips are edible there. Lol. That is, yes. I mean, we do a mean fish and chips. And however, if you ever go to the UK, you need to go north. Veggie sausages. Oof. Well, I don't know where I stand with veggie sausages. What did I have recently? And it was plant-based beef burgers. Oh, they were not nice. I was trying to be like a little more healthier and be more. There, you can actually see my face now. And be a bit more like, you know, let's just maybe not eat as much meat. Oh, these plant-based burgers were like, there was something, but they weren't pleasant. I'm gonna say that. Pre-war, no material to make anything all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose actually 40s, yes. That would make sense. I've actually seen some. I've seen some patterns, and I don't know if I can find them. Let me see if I can get it up on here. Vogue hat pattern. So like, I just want to show you this. So this is a vintage, it is 40s, it says 30s and 40s. Has anybody seen that hat pattern before? This one. This hat pattern. I've actually made this hat before. I made it when I was training. We had to do flat patterns, and I think I might. Would you all want to see me make these patterns? Maybe it's something I could do on a live stream. Where's my chat box gone? There we go. Why is that one still going as well? I still have last week's chat box up. Where's this week's chat box? Hello, where have you gone? Zoots. Okay. Yeah. Yes, it's a good pattern, isn't it? I was thinking of buying it again. Because all my hat patterns are kind of left in storage before I moved over here. Didn't think I would need them. Now I'm thinking maybe I should do it. It's a good pattern, and that particular hat that I showed you, it was a little bit tricky to understand. But I'm thinking of doing like one each, like buying that pattern and doing like one every live stream and doing it out of like a really weird fabric that you wouldn't necessarily associate with that style of hat, if you know what I mean. Right, where are we going with this? Right. Ow. Because I've been looking for patterns as well. I've been looking for more patterns to attempt to do, not just on live stream, but for my actual channel as well. And there's not that many around now, like decent hat patterns. Yeah, you would like to see that? Okay. I think that particular pattern, what I might do is I might buy that next week, next week, probably next week, and then start it the week after, so I can get the relevant materials and interfacings and all that sort of stuff in. So I think I might do that, not for next week, for the week after. Right, so we've not got next week sorted, but we've got the week after sorted, and the weeks after that for 5 weeks. I also need to speak to my mother-in-law, because she graciously let me borrow her sewing machine, and I just can't get it working. So if I am to make these hats, I am going to need to use this sewing machine, or hand sew it all, which I'm used to hand sewing anyway, so it's fine. But I'd rather use a sewing machine. And what I would do is, if it makes sense to you guys, I mean, I don't know if it would, what I could do is I could start from the beginning. So obviously transfer the pattern to paper, cut it out, sew it all on live stream. Like, if that's something you would want me to do, then I can gladly crack on and do that. That's not an issue. I'm also toying with the idea of getting like a multiple angle stream set up. Because last week I had a decent setup, but it didn't work again this week. So this is why I'm back to my old Streamlabs. Like, last week was different Streamlabs. Back to like using my phone for Streamlabs. So Yes. Oh, oh, that. You see, there's something quite satisfying about looking at somebody else's stash, like, yeah, like, I love looking at other people's stash because it's usually complete. Well, I haven't seen anybody with the same sort of stash as me. I'm trying to look into the camera, and I think the camera is there. I think, and obviously because I've got text in front of me, yeah, loved looking at other people's stash. Love it. And blocks as well. See, they're the two things you can tell a lot about somebody and their style just from what they've got in their stash. My biggest stash is, or was, beads and sequins. I love beads and sequins. I'm not a big fan of working with them, but when I do work with them, I like the look that they give. Right. So as you can see, we're starting to get on. So we've got maybe just over a quarter left to do. Yeah. Oh, no, hold on. No messages. I do have an old hat problem. I wanted to make a cloche hat using bits of lace. See, that would be beautiful. That actually would be really beautiful. Ignore all the comments from don't worry about the links thing, but for those that are watching right now, so they do have an old hat problem. I wanted to make a cloche hat using bits of lace sewn together. It's been in the head for a year, not working. If you get that working, that's going to look stunning, absolutely stunning. See, talking of lace, I stumbled across. I watch so many random things on YouTube. Two things. I stumbled across mine isn't. It's horrid. What's horrid? Your stash or the hat? I don't think your stash would be horrid. But yeah, I watch a lot of things on YouTube, and two things that I want to do. I'm not sure if I'm doing them or not. One of them I probably won't do on a live stream just because of the nature of it. But I think one of them I might try and do on a live stream at some point, and it's lace making. Now I do have the crochet thread, and because it's cotton, like 100% cotton, I could dye it like in bright neon, like a neon blue, maybe some of it neon yellow. The lace hat. Oh, no, I bet it would be stunning. I think if you work on it, I think if you work on that hat, like, just don't think about it for a while. I mean, you say it's been there for a year. Tell you what, how about you go to my website, so jwhmillinery.com, and my email address is on there. In fact, no, I'll just give you my email address now. Milliner Showcase, MILLINER showcase, SHOWCASE @gmail.com. Send me some pictures, and let's see if we can work. Let's see if we can work on this and get it working and out together. I'll give you a hand. I mean, I won't be able to sew it, but I can tell you what we maybe would need to do. But yes, I was thinking of doing like a lace, making my own lace, but like dyeing it and doing like a neon crochet lace thing. And then the second one, which I think I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do it on camera, because the idea is so good that I kind of want to turn it into like a bit of a collection. But there's a big trend on YouTube at the moment for doll customization. So taking Barbies, Monster High, Cindy's, if anybody's old enough to remember Cindy's, I am. And toys like that, and actually customizing them. So basically taking off all the makeup, taking off the hair, rerouting the hair, making outfits, repainting their face, making them into monsters, making them monsters into humans, like so many different things. And I stumbled across this lady who shows you how to make, using yarn, how to make like wigs, like actual doll wigs. And I was thinking, that would be a really good idea to go on a hat. So I think a pillbox, but on the actual hat there's like curls of hair made out of yarn, but like brushed yarn, so it's like looked like hair. I get excited way too easy. I really do. Oh my god, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. An hour and a half. And that's on this stream. That's not with the multiple streams, like without the audios. Right. So I've only got a couple more stitches left to go. And then once this is in, we're just going to quickly, I'm going to show you how I lay my lining out on the inside, and then I'm going to go for some dinner. Well, I'm going to start getting dinner ready for when the boyfriend comes home, because I'm such a good boyfriend. He did offer to get a takeaway, but I was like, no. Right. Here we go. The last stretch. Right. The last stretch. Yeah, send me that, and we'll see what we can do. If I can't suggest anything, maybe I could put it in one of my regular videos and just be like, okay, so we've got a subscriber who is struggling, and does anybody have any ideas? And then we can put the ideas in a future video. So, we can help sort it out. Yeah, there's nothing worse in making something, and then you're like, right, this is just not loving. I'm just not loving this. I need to start again. I have done that myself. Right. So I have sewn this down now. So I'm just gonna sew this off, tie this off. Yeah, I think when I struggle with that, I think when I've got it in my head and it just doesn't happen, I just like, right, put it to one side, let's start again. Right, so here we have a soggy brim, okay? Not brim, lining. So what I do is, I'm just going to show you. When I put my linings in, I put them in and then I twist them. I just twist them a little. So you can actually see that twist there. And then on a hat like this, it's sometimes harder because you're going to you need that space. But, you know, oh, I really need a haircut. Oh. It's looking good. Today's a bit of odd lace in my mind. I mean, yeah, so just before I answer that question, so I twist it and then what I would do is I would just pop like a stitch, just one stitch, just to hold it up so it doesn't drop out. And it just gives like like an added dimension on the inside. Like it just looks more luxurious because there's a lot of fabric. And this is just cheap fabric. It's just cheap fabric. So I'm just going to bring that so you can see that a bit better. And then what you would need to do is you'd need to put like a picture ribbon, but I don't have anything that matches this yet, so I'm just going to wait until I've got that before I go ahead and finish this. But there we have one pillbox. So it's a little heavy. I think one thing when you're wearing this, you would probably need to put a couple of combs. If you're gonna, it depends how you're gonna wear it. You could have it where on a what do you call it, elastic, just here, or you could maybe put a comb at the front. So as you're putting it on, it kind of goes back and it sits into place. Let me just get my head. There we go. A tragic haircut. Yeah, need a haircut badly. But yes, regarding that hat, the lace hat, I do think the layers. I think. What about a Dior net or something like open weave? It depends what colour the lace is as well. But I think like a Dior net and then some tulle on top of that first. Because then you'll get the foundation. You'll already have the foundation, so then you'll know where to place things. It's just an idea, really. But we'll put her there. She's looking cute. There. Well, make sure you send me that email. And to everybody listening, to everybody watching, thank you very much for watching. As always, it's a pleasure. It's lovely to chat to you all. I am going to start dinner. Sort this hair out as well. I'm going to start dinner. Send me them images of that hat so we can have a look at it and see what we can do. And yes, it looks really nice, doesn't it? And it looks nice from all angles as well. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Follow me if you're on Instagram, everybody. Anytime. If you're on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JWH Millinery. Same with Facebook. I'm on there as well. I'm also on Patreon. So if you have a spare $1, £1, whatever it is, I think it's £1. So whatever the equivalent is, a month, I do have a Patreon. That is linked in the description box below, but it's not compulsory at all. I do have my video coming out tomorrow, so check that out. Just want to say a massive goodbye and thank you for watching to everybody, especially to my 2 little nieces, which I know you're watching. So make sure you spend the rest of the day behaving yourself, because the fairies will tell me, because I am a big fairy. Yep. Make sure you send me that email. Anybody got any questions? One last question I have is, does this time work for everybody? Bear me up, I'm a chap. That's fine. You don't have to be on Instagram. You don't have to have Facebook, so don't worry. Does this time work for people? Because, you know, if there's a different time that you think would be better for you, just let me know. Pop it in this chat so I'll catch it before I log off everything tonight. I'm rambling now. I need some food. Thank you for keeping me entertained. Thank you for talking to me. And I will see you all next week. I haven't got an idea for next week yet, but we'll figure it out. And then the week after, we're going to do them patterns. So, until then, thank you very much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.